Okay, and welcome back to the exciting adventures of Nin. This is part 2 of This is part 2 of session 3. And now we're going to try to see if we can find a computer dude to recruit. Since the world is still anti-computers, since the world is still arch-conservative, it's going to be hard to try to find people if there's a mathematician. I want to check these tables out first. So we're looking for a musician, but that's not my main priority. Find recruit like programmers, mathematicians, people that will know how to handle a computer. Also a hippie. Engineer might be useful. And the only reason why this is working in the first place is because our high persuasion level. We've seen it at work last session with chatting with an agent and turning him into and having him consider the liberal ideals. Stuff. I'm forgetting why. I'm not sure if a photographer would know how to handle a computer, but we'll check. A modern car salesman. The engineer. Nope. And they consider barista, lab tech. Lab tech might be a decent choice, but I'd rather have someone that I'm not going to have out in the field. And that's 6. Drop a seduction skill check. Not to mention, because they're conservatives, their skills are going to be, their attributes are going to be artificially inflated. Looking at guys with decent computer skill. And the photographer knows how to use a heavy weapon. Well, the camera would be heavy, but no, it's not, dude. Oh, the moderate. Gonna see if we can hold on to the A computer dude. And no to that engineer, go to him. Just no all around. Gonna head, place. Gonna head back to Internet Cafe. The higher the computer skill, the better, because we are gonna consider a nefarious activity at some point in the future, not right now. But while I'm doing this, I guess I can talk about heat. Heat is basically illicit activities that will warrant the conservative agencies to retaliate and raid the LCS hideout. Which at this point would be a bad idea, considering that we're camped out at the homeless shelter. It would be a bad idea to stick to that area, because it would be defenseless and we'll be in a defenseless position and possibly lose the entire squad that I have recruited so far. I have one more person. I'll give the college student a chance. Why not? No, to that dude. I think that's a computer I want to hold on to. Yeah, that dude I want to hold on to. So anything lower than 8, I'm gonna not recruit. Because we'll be able to hold on to that modern pretty easily. These computer guys aren't really high-level conservatives if I should run into them. They'll be armed, of course, but they won't be dangerous. Engineer. Oh, we have 6 already, right. Give it to the 8 dude. Him. Okay, what else do we need besides the computer dude? Do I start seducing the judicial courts? I think so. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, we're committed. Let's just do it. But anyway, going back to heat. Doing illicit activity increases your heat. So stuff like, say, kidnapping, electronic fraud, which is computer related, extortion, prison breaking out, stuff like that will attract law enforcement and attract conservative forces to strike. So we'll deal with that at some point. Trying to find... Shit, I want to try my luck. I think for now, just to make time pass by a bit more, gotta seduce more moderates if I can find any. Just because I don't feel that confident with 7 seduction, even if we're going after a hanging judge, which is a conservative judge. Gonna keep on recruiting that guy. Shared studies on the health effects of marijuana. Okay, I didn't expect that at work. Also a new month, so Congress is acting. But like I said last session, because the House and the Senate are conservative, and because the world is a arch-conservative dystopia nightmare, the only thing that's going to be proposed are liberal amendments, and with the House, Senate, and executive branch, or the legislative and executive branch being arch-conservative, those aren't going to change anytime soon. Made a bunch of money. Oh, I should have been sending him off to... He starts with a cheap suit. To do his community service as well. He's still getting teaching skill. He's going up pretty quick. And... Sleepers B? No. Oh, you're the lawyer. Oops. Forgot. We're gonna send... No. We are going to send him off to meet... to have fun with the Deathsquad Officers. Sucks to be that dude, but... that's how it goes. At least for now. There'll be a point where the Deathsquad Officers won't be active and I will have to deal with my consequences of training seduction so dangerously. I don't think he has any... Yeah, he doesn't have any security, so I can just hold down the A button. Oh shoot, he has a revolver though. Fudge. Okay, that worked out. Should have took this cheap suit and his revolver since that was free. And Nora says Paltrow is now ready to join the Liberal Crime Squad. Welcome to the team. Your 8 computer skill will come in handy. Oh, the Ministry of Love. Well, too late for that. We still have a date. I think once we get 8 seduction, then we might stand a chance to seduce people that we want to seduce. For how seduction works, I have a wiki dot pulled up, by the way, just to at least guide anyone that's new to the game. Granted, the wiki dot isn't really up to date. It's a bit outdated since the current version, which is 4.12.36. Just give me a moment. Okay. So in the meantime, I guess just, well, I should have just made a day pass by since we already have a date. So from what I recall of how seduction works, it depends on your seduction skill primarily, and if you have more skill than what your person that you're dating has. So because we know more about religion than this moderate, then we're gonna have a better chance of seducing them. And we seduce them, so off to the wait. He's a programmer. And just out of review the active liberals, Lawrence Paltrow. For now, I'm just gonna call you computer dude, just so we don't accidentally send you off to the Deathsquad Officers. Jakob Kemper, welcome to trying to steal a car. Hopefully you succeed. If not, then oh well. Community service. Meanwhile, Ned is going to continue to seduce people. Preferably a moderate so that he got denied on that one. Just so that he can train his skill a bit better, since if we try to seduce a liberal, then they're going to fall for us right away. Police cruiser. I doubt you're going to be able to pick it, but you could try. Man, that's asking for a while. I'm sure he'll get caught. There he goes. Yeah, one agility is not going to work, yeah. So if your primary skill is your seduction skill, and also if you have a higher skill, I think a higher or similar skill, that'll help as well. And then I think, I'm not sure if religion, science, and business help you, or if they help whoever. Oh, there's a soldier that would pass by us. Or if that helps you in case they have that skill when they're trying to when you're trying to seduce them, or if it helps them just because they have it. I'm not entirely sure on that, especially with the Wikidot being a bit outdated. I know spending the $100. Oh shoot, we're seducing 2 people. That's not good. Like I said, if we seduce more than one person at the same time, like 2 dates or something, there's a chance they'll find out. You'll lose juice in the process if we do. It's all around not good, especially since we're at a threshold already. If we get caught, then we will lose. We'll have to go back to stealing some stuff to try to get our juice level back to Urban Commando. There we go. Now let's send someone off to the Deathsquad Officers. I still find it amusing. Where's seduction at? Or one more person. I still find it amusing that you could send them off to get executed by Deathsquad Officers, but that doesn't. Oops, wrong place. But that won't cause us to be discovered. Not that there's anything bad about it, it's just there's other people besides us that want to change the world. Just leave it at that for now. So I'm up. Oh yeah, because 47 is teaching, right? He has no security skills, so he's not going to succeed. I keep forgetting to remove this guy's equipment so that we have extra clothes and suits and such. Try to lose him. Got hit in the head and executed. Okay, that works fast. I got a cheap suit. Gonna be him. Six, because like I said, there's something amusing about sending these guys to the Deathsquad Officers. We decent enough now? Okay, we're exactly at 8. But just in case, I'm gonna make one more set of black suit if possible. Second rate. I don't think I talked about the second rate stuff now we're down. It's sort of like the equivalent between having a natural disguise and like a Halloween costume. They're the equivalent of. Okay, got spotted. And he's dead. Okay, now for real, we're going to send him up to the Halls of Ultimate Judgment to find a hanging judge. Oh, there's one. Will you marry me? Yes. Like I said, because arch conservative censorship laws or free speech laws, you don't have to get to hear the actual thing. Just reading over the wiki.page page. About like getting wisdom by accident. It doesn't say, but from what I'm gathering, especially based around psychology and what's related to that, I think if we have business, science, or religion, then it'll help you try to negate their effects. But for now, we're going to spend $100 to get the ball rolling. I feel confident that our law skill and their seduction will be good enough to not get wisdom by accident. Leon Austin is quite taken by his unique life philosophy, and he's getting heart. Eventually, once he gets enough heart, then he'll be seduced. You need to see that with moderates and liberals because they're not cold-blooded, I guess. Slowly gaining heart. I think slowly losing wisdom as well. I forget if it's one or the other. But the other purpose of seducing is you can also kidnap them, just straight up. That time he got heart. I think it's also because these guys are arch conservative, really at high level liberals. I mean conservatives that they have like negative heart or something. But so far so good. We're not losing. We're not losing the seduction battle and getting wisdom in the process. Slowly succeeding. It takes a while, like I said. And we're also getting seduction in the process. How is 47 doing? 47 has a teaching of 3.45. Okay? Keep on with the good work, 47. Once we switch over to weapons, then you'll see the difference between how fast we'll be getting dodged off our agent that we're having trained up. Slowly gaining wisdom, slowly gaining heart, slowly losing wisdom as well. It's up to 6 wisdom, 8 heart. Oh, and there we go. Leon Austin is quite taken with Nin's unique life philosophy. In fact, Leon Austin is Nin's totally unconditional love slave. Sure, I only get one chance to name this dude. The self-nullifying infatuation of Leon Austin. Sure, I think of a name for the judge. Just a common judge for now. He's gonna stay as a sleeper. That was so long that he actually gained another level. Quite a bit of seduction. And now on to another judge. The more people you seduce and you have as a romantic interest, the harder it is to keep on the facade of being a single person. Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch it. I'm a scientist. I don't trust myself to succeed on that one. Hanging judges, yeah, because our laws at 7. Let's go streaming skill up. Gonna find our hanging judge. Hopefully they're not as good a lawyer as the first guy was. Slowly delve into the world of sleeper agents. Should probably check on his stats. Oh, actually, I just passed by a hanging judge. Lawyer, a couple moderates. There's one. What church do you go to? I go to your church. Not the most exciting lines, but yeah. Ooh, 10 law. We know more about science than him. We know more about religion, disguise, and we're the same writing, so we should be fine. Yeah, okay, we're good. Reagan the Man. Pure Faith. A new book lauding Reagan and the Greatest Generation. I think that's a negative event, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, about names, I guess I'll leave it up to anyone who actually watches to think of names. Otherwise, I'll slowly think of them as I go along. 47 was pretty much what I think about 47 stat-wise. He's good at everything but chatting with people, but that's sort of self-explanatory considering the barcode in the back of his head. Anyway, while we gonna make clothes in the meantime while we slowly seduce this hanging judge. So it looks like we're gonna be succeeding on turning this dude. Oh, we had a sleeper. Let's see, B for sleepers. So we can see the judge is pretty effective at his job. He's a conservative, and as such, he's gonna have a he's gonna have a decent time doing nefarious things. So for now, we're gonna have them advocate liberalism. Their effectiveness depends on their political alignment when you recruited them and how long they've been a sleeper. It is easier for a turned conservative to be effective as an adult agent. It's more effective to try to seduce and or turn conservatives. So at the end of the month, they'll do something. For now, we're going to continue to turn a couple conservatives while we wait for 47 to get better at teaching. Once he gets up to 6, then I'll be fine with him teaching dodge to everyone. The conservative judges will play a hand later on should we get arrested and not get executed on sight by the Deathsquad officers. As you might expect, it can potentially be the judge that resides over our liberals of fate in the court of law. Eight heart, 6 wisdom. He should be turned. Oh, there he goes. Riley Titcomb. Okay, you're with us now. The other judge. He shall stay as a sleeper. That was so long that Nin's seduction is now at 9. See, we have 2 judges. What I want next is someone at the police office. And sure, let's make a Deathsquad officer. Why not? Live life on the edge. Let's see. We know more about stealth than him, more about security. I don't feel that confident. So I'm just going to break it off. I think the Deathsquad officers usually have psychology, so I'm not going to be winning any battles with these guys. No. Because should you fail your seduction thing, even with the 100 I've been investing in these turnings, I can get wisdom, and wisdom is never a good thing to pick up. At least in this game. And no. Like the 10 law person I wasn't really that worried about since it wasn't that big of a difference. Oh, never mind. Man, how the dice are flying. We've lost quite a bit of cash in training from 47, as well as a bunch of money from dating. I would like to recruit at least a Deathsquad officer. I mean, seduce one. But that's not really happening. Okay, this should be fine. Okay, it is good. Okay, meanwhile, we're teaching at 5. Once I get to 6, then I'll be switching to training to actually be relevant. Slowly turning this conservative law enforcement officer. Oh shit, it's already half-hour mark. We'll leave it for here. We'll see if we can continue to seduce Franklin Yu in the next episode, the next part of Liberal Crime Squad. So I'll see you then.